Inception is a science fiction thriller directed by Christopher Nolan. The film explores the concept of entering human dreams and manipulating thoughts within the subconscious mind. The story follows a professional thief named Dom Cobb. Unlike ordinary criminals, Cobb does not steal physical objects. Instead, he steals ideas and secrets directly from people's minds while they are dreaming. This process is known as extraction. When a person dreams, their subconscious mind becomes vulnerable. Cobb and his team use advanced technology that allows multiple people to connect to the same dream environment. Inside this shared dream, they can move through the target's memories and thoughts, searching for valuable information. At the beginning of the story, Cobb and his partner Arthur attempt an extraction from a powerful businessman named Sato. They enter Sato's dream during what appears to be a business meeting inside a large building. However, the situation quickly becomes unstable. Sato realizes that the environment around him is a dream. Once the dreamer becomes aware, their subconscious begins to defend itself. Armed projections of Sato's mind appear and attack Cobb and Arthur. The team tries to escape the dream before the situation collapses completely. But something unexpected happens. A mysterious woman appears inside the dream and interferes with Cobb's mission. Her actions sabotage the operation and force the team to abandon the extraction. The woman is not part of the target's subconscious. She is actually a projection created from Cobb's own mind. Her name is Mal. Mal was Cobb's wife in the real world, but she is now dead. However, Cobb's guilt and unresolved memories cause her image to appear inside his dreams again and again. Because of this, Cobb has difficulty controlling his subconscious. After the failed mission, Sato confronts Cobb in the real world. Surprisingly, Sato offers him a new job instead of punishing him for the failure. This job is different from anything Cobb has done before. Normally, Cobb performs extraction, which means stealing an idea from someone's mind. But Sato asks him to do something far more difficult. He wants Cobb to perform Inception. Inception is the act of planting an idea inside someone's subconscious mind so deeply that the person believes the idea originated from their own thoughts. Most experts consider Inception impossible. If the mind senses that an idea was artificially inserted, it will reject it. However, Sato believes Cobb might be capable of achieving it. The target of the mission is Robert Fisher, the son of a powerful energy tycoon. Fisher's father owns a massive global corporation. When the father dies, Fisher will inherit the entire company. Sato wants Cobb to implant an idea into Fisher's mind that will cause him to break up his father's empire. If Fisher believes this idea is his own, he will dismantle the corporation himself. In return for completing the mission, Sato promises Cobb something extremely important. He will clear Cobb's criminal record. This is significant because Cobb cannot return to the United States. Authorities believe he is responsible for his wife's death. Because of this accusation, he has been forced to live away from his children. Cobb deeply misses his son and daughter, and the possibility of going home becomes his strongest motivation to accept the mission. Cobb begins assembling a team capable of performing Inception. First, he recruits Arthur, his trusted partner who specializes in planning and managing operations within dreams. Next, they seek a skilled architect. In dream-sharing technology, an architect is responsible for designing the dream environments. These environments must be complex enough to feel real, while also containing hidden pathways that allow the team to move through different layers of the dream. They meet a talented architecture student named Ariadne. Cobb tests her ability by asking her to design a dream maze that he cannot solve easily. Ariadne quickly demonstrates exceptional creativity. She even learns how to bend and fold entire cities within the dream world. Impressed by her abilities, Cobb invites her to join the team. However, Ariadne soon discovers that Cobb is hiding something dangerous inside his subconscious. While exploring a dream with him, she encounters the projection of Mal. The encounter nearly causes the dream to collapse. Ariadne realizes that Cobb's memories of his wife are unstable and could threaten the mission. Despite this risk, the team continues preparing for the operation. They recruit another specialist named Eames, who has the ability to impersonate different people inside dreams. By changing his appearance, Eames can manipulate the target's perception and guide their decisions. They also need someone capable of producing powerful sedatives. These drugs will allow them to enter deeper layers of dreaming without waking up too easily. For this role, they contact a chemist named Yusuf. With the team assembled, Cobb explains the overall strategy. To successfully plant an idea, they must guide Fisher through multiple levels of dreams. Each level will push the idea deeper into his subconscious mind. However, every level also carries greater risk. Time behaves differently within dreams. A few minutes in the real world can become hours inside the dream. If they go several layers deep, the dream time can stretch into years. There is also another danger known as limbo. Limbo is a raw, unconstructed dream space where the subconscious mind can become trapped indefinitely. If someone dies while under strong sedation, they may fall into limbo instead of waking up. Escaping from limbo can be extremely difficult. Despite these risks, Cobb believes the plan can succeed if every member of the team performs their role precisely. As the mission begins, they board a long international flight with Robert Fisher as a passenger. During the flight, Yusuf administers the sedative that will connect everyone into the shared dream. Once the drug takes effect, the team enters the first level of the dream. The operation has officially begun. The team is now inside the first level of the dream. This level is designed by Yusuf and appears as a large modern city during heavy rain. The rain is actually caused by Yusuf needing to use the bathroom in the real world, which shows how physical sensations outside the dream can influence the dream environment. Shortly after entering the dream, the team kidnaps Robert Fisher inside a taxi. Their plan is to make Fisher believe that someone else is attempting to invade his mind. By doing this, Cobb's team will appear to be the people trying to protect him. However, the situation becomes dangerous much sooner than expected. Fisher's subconscious has been trained to defend itself against intruders. Armed projections begin appearing throughout the city and start attacking Cobb's team. This is unusual because most people do not have such aggressive subconscious defenses. It suggests that Fisher's mind has been prepared to resist dream intrusions. The team quickly moves Fisher to a warehouse where they begin the first stage of the psychological manipulation. Eames impersonates Fisher's godfather, Peter Browning. During the conversation, the fake Browning suggests that Fisher's father was disappointed in him and wanted him to create something independent rather than simply inherit the company. This idea is carefully designed to begin planting the concept that Fisher should dismantle his father's business empire. However, this is only the beginning. To make the idea truly take root, the team must go deeper into Fisher's subconscious. Yusuf drives the team through the city while the projections continue to attack them. Meanwhile, Arthur prepares the next stage of the plan. When Yusuf's van is forced off a bridge by the attackers, the sudden fall creates the signal needed to transition to the second dream level. As the van begins falling through the air in slow motion, the team enters the next dream. The second level of the dream takes place inside a luxury hotel. This environment has been designed by Arthur. The calm and controlled setting contrasts sharply with the chaos of the previous level. Here, the team continues the manipulation of Fisher's thoughts. Eames once again impersonates Peter Browning. This time, he convinces Fisher that someone is trying to steal an important secret from his mind. He suggests that Fisher should enter his own subconscious to protect the secret. This strategy encourages Fisher to willingly travel deeper into the dream levels, bringing Cobb's team closer to completing the Inception. While this conversation happens, Arthur remains behind to manage the timing of the mission. Because Yusuf's van is falling from the bridge in the first dream level, gravity in the hotel environment begins to behave strangely. Objects start floating, and the hallway rotates as gravity disappears. Arthur must find a way to create a kick, which is the sudden sensation that wakes dreamers and moves them back up one level. Normally, this could be done with something simple like falling or being pushed. But because the van is already falling in slow motion in the upper level, Arthur must improvise. He begins preparing a complex sequence using the hotel elevator to simulate a powerful impact. Meanwhile, Cobb continues guiding Fisher into the next level of the dream. The third level takes place in a snowy mountain fortress. This dream environment was designed by Eames and resembles a heavily guarded military base. The team's objective here is to reach a secure vault inside the fortress. Cobb wants Fisher to believe that the vault contains a secret message from his father. By opening the vault himself, Fisher will accept the planted idea as his own realization. The team fights their way through the fortress, while armed projections continue defending the subconscious structure. However, during the battle, something goes terribly wrong. Mal appears again. Cobb's projection of his deceased wife suddenly interferes with the mission. She shoots Fisher, severely wounding him. Because the team is using powerful sedatives, death inside the dream will not wake Fisher up. Instead, he will fall into the deepest level of dreaming, known as limbo. This creates a serious problem. If Fisher falls into limbo, the entire mission could fail. To save him, Cobb and Ariadne decide to enter limbo themselves and bring Fisher back. Meanwhile, the rest of the team must continue the operation and prepare the kicks that will wake everyone up through the dream layers. As Cobb and Ariadne prepare to enter limbo, Cobb finally reveals the truth about Mal. Years earlier, Cobb and Mal had experimented with dream-sharing technology themselves. During one of these experiments, they became trapped in limbo. Because time moves much more slowly in deep dream levels, they spent what felt like decades there. Together, they built an entire world from their memories. Eventually, Cobb realized that the world was not real. He understood they needed to wake up and return to reality. But Mal had become convinced that the dream world was real life. To convince her to leave limbo, Cobb performed Inception on his own wife. He planted the idea in her mind that the world around them was not real. The idea worked. They woke up in the real world, but the idea continued growing inside Mal's mind. She eventually began to believe that the real world was still another dream. Mal thought that the only way to wake up was through death. One day, she arranged her own suicide and framed Cobb so that he would be blamed for her death. This tragedy forced Cobb to leave his children and flee the country. Since then, his guilt has caused Mal's projection to appear in his dreams, sabotaging every mission. Ariadne now understands that Cobb's subconscious is the greatest threat to the operation. But there is no time to turn back. They must continue into limbo. After Fisher is shot by Mal in the snowy fortress dream, Cobb and Ariadne face a serious problem. Because the team is using a powerful sedative, Fisher cannot simply wake up from the dream. If he dies in this state, his mind will fall into limbo. Limbo is the deepest level of the subconscious. It is an unstructured dream space where time moves extremely slowly. A person trapped there can spend decades inside the dream, while only minutes pass in the real world. If Fisher becomes lost in limbo, the entire mission will fail. Cobb decides that the only way to save him is to follow Fisher into limbo and bring him back. Ariadne volunteers to go with him. Together, they descend into the deepest dream layer. When Cobb and Ariadne arrive in limbo, they find themselves inside a vast abandoned city. This city is not random. It is a place that Cobb and Mal created years earlier when they were trapped in limbo together. During that time, they spent decades building a dream world from their memories. Now the structures of that world remain, slowly collapsing as Cobb's subconscious begins to lose control over them. Somewhere inside the city, Fisher's mind is trapped. But there is another danger waiting there: Mal. Because Mal exists as a projection of Cobb's guilt, she has also taken control of parts of the limbo world. She believes that Cobb should remain in this dream reality forever. Cobb and Ariadne search through the city until they locate Fisher inside a building. Mal confronts them again and tries to convince Cobb that the dream world is their true home. She reminds him of the years they spent together in limbo and insists that reality is still just another dream. But Cobb finally accepts the truth. He admits that Mal is only a memory created by his own mind. He explains that although he loved his wife, the person standing in front of him is not really her. Ariadne shoots Mal's projection, allowing Cobb and Fisher to escape. Inside limbo, Fisher is still confused and weak from the gunshot wound he received in the previous dream level. Cobb guides him back toward the idea they have been trying to plant. They reach a large safe located deep inside the structure of the dream. Fisher believes this safe contains a message from his father. When he opens it, he finds something unexpected. Instead of financial secrets or business instructions, the safe contains a small childhood object that reminds Fisher of a moment with his father. Along with the object is a message suggesting that Fisher's father did not want him to simply follow in his footsteps. The message implies that his father wanted him to build something for himself. This emotional realization completes the process of Inception. The idea has now been planted deep within Fisher's subconscious. He believes that breaking up his father's corporation is his own personal decision. With the mission complete, Fisher prepares to return through the dream layers. Inside limbo, Fisher is still confused and weak from the gunshot wound he received in the previous dream level. Cobb guides him back toward the idea they have been trying to plant. They reach a large safe located deep inside the structure of the dream. Fisher believes this safe contains a message from his father. When he opens it, he finds something unexpected. Instead of financial secrets or business instructions, the safe contains a small childhood object that reminds Fisher of a moment with his father. Along with the object is a message suggesting that Fisher's father did not want him to simply follow in his footsteps. The message implies that his father wanted him to build something for himself. This emotional realization completes the process of Inception. The idea has now been planted deep within Fisher's subconscious. He believes that breaking up his father's corporation is his own personal decision. With the mission complete, Fisher prepares to return through the dream layers. During the earlier stages of the mission, Sato was badly wounded in the first dream level. Because of the heavy sedation, he eventually died within the dream and fell into limbo. But limbo operates under a very different perception of time. By the time Cobb arrives there, Sato has already spent what feels like many years alone. Cobb eventually finds him inside the ruined city. Sato has grown old and forgotten the mission. Cobb reminds him of the promise they made. He tells Sato that they agreed to return to reality together. Understanding the situation again, Sato picks up a gun. The two men prepare to wake themselves by dying within the dream. The next moment, Cobb wakes up on the airplane. The entire team is back in the real world. Robert Fisher also wakes up from the dream, unaware that anything unusual has happened. The planted idea now exists naturally inside his mind. Sato keeps his promise. When the plane lands, Cobb passes through airport security without any problems. His criminal charges have been cleared. For the first time in many years, Cobb is finally able to return home. Cobb arrives at his house and walks inside. His children are playing in the garden, just as they were in the memories that haunted him throughout the film. Before going outside to see them, Cobb performs one last test. Throughout the story, Cobb carries a small spinning top. This object acts as his totem, a tool used to determine whether he is in a dream or in reality. In a dream, the top would spin forever. In the real world, it would eventually fall. Cobb places the spinning top on the table and sets it in motion. For a moment, the top continues spinning smoothly. Instead of watching it carefully, Cobb chooses to walk outside and reunite with his children. The camera remains focused on the spinning top. It begins to wobble slightly. But before the audience can see whether it falls or continues spinning, the screen cuts to black. The film intentionally leaves the ending open to interpretation. Some viewers believe Cobb is finally in the real world because the top begins to wobble, suggesting it will fall. Others believe he may still be inside a dream. However, the deeper meaning of the scene may be simpler. Throughout the story, Cobb was obsessed with determining whether he was dreaming or awake. In the final moment, he stops checking. Instead of focusing on the spinning top, he chooses to be with his children. For Cobb, what matters most is no longer the question of reality. What matters is that he has finally found peace.